Hello there, good to be with you today. Welcome to Cruising with the Stars. Now today I've got an all-round good old-fashioned act who is still working and sort of wowing them in pantomimes and all over the place. He's a comedy entertainer. His name is Steve Barclay. Steve, thank you for coming to see us today.
Nice to see you.
You come from Lincoln?
Lincoln, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Good journey, bad journey?
Great journey.
Oh,
easy. Good directions.
Oh, well, that's it.
That's nice sunny day.
Yeah, it's a nice day today, isn't it? Now, tell me exactly what it is that you class yourself as. I've said comedy entertainer, but I know you do so many different things.
I think you bang on, Debbie, yeah. I think you are, yeah. Comedy entertainer, I do stand-up. Comedy, I use props, a lot of props.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. And I do impressions.
Right.
Play ukulele.
Yeah.
Write songs. I do country and western. I do swing music.
Brilliant.
All sorts of things.
So you're a bit of a Brucey bonus if anybody gets you, aren't you?
Yeah. Good game, good game.
Good game. And you've been playing the pantomime dame. I mean, in Christmas just gone, you've just played a pantomime dame. How long have you been playing the dame for?
Been playing the dame. First of all, I played the comic parts.
Right.
I used to play Buttons, Wishy Washy, Idle Jack.
Yeah.
One of my favourites was Idle Jack.
Yeah.
And I used to do pantomime every year, and I was the male character. Thing. And then I saw these pantomime dames.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a good license to get laughs, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started doing dame earlier than normal.
Right. So at a younger age.
I did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that, Steve. So pantomime dames, are they normally a bit older than
Well, they were. They're getting younger now.
Yeah.
But one of the first pantomime dames I ever saw was a guy called Jack Story.
Yes.
And he was a Blackpool. Mr. Blackpool, he called himself.
Yeah.
And I thought that's good. And they did it in a certain way.
Yeah.
You see, and me being a bit younger then,
yeah,
I decided to just perk it up a bit.
Right.
And I did a rap. And I made a panto rap.
Oh, brilliant. And when did you first use that?
I used that in 1995.
Right.
At the Derngate Theatre, Northampton.
Right.
With Fraser Hines.
Oh, right.
And Freddie Garrity.
Oh, right.
And Freddie Garrity says, because he was old school, he says, rap. You're going to do a rap.
Yeah.
He says, you should be doing a kind of song. And I said, no, we'll do the rap, be good. And when he saw it, he says, that's good, kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said,
so you're an innovative dame.
Yeah, I do lots of it. But if they want me to do the umpire songs, I'll do them.
You'll do those.
You know.
All right, well, we're going to take a little look at you in action now. Here you are now being Tessie O'Shea.
Tessie O'Shea, yeah.
She don't care because the boys all hang around. They call me Two-Time Tessie from Tennessee. Hold 6 fellas upon my knee. When I do all the fun begins, they play tennis on my double chin. I got hit on a railroad track. The engine struck me and bounced right back. Big Frank Bruno gave up his gym. He ran around me once just to keep in trim. They called me Two-Ton Tessie. Two-Ton Tessie from Nashville, Tennessee. Let's go! Two-Ton Tessie from Nashville, Tennessee. Yes.
Oh, there he is, Steve Barclay as the late great Tessie O'Shea. Where was that, Steve?
That was at the Crewe Lyceum Theatre.
Yeah.
And that day I'd done 2 other shows.
Wow.
I'd worked with Clinton Ford at Stockport.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of the theatre. But then I went down then to Crewe to do this music hall, which was it was a charity event for Don Reed, who was really ill at the time.
All right, Don Reed.
He'd had a he'd had his kind of big accident.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure, I think he was still in a coma.
Pardon me.
And they did it in his honour.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, isn't it, when something goes wrong? Showbiz people, they do pull
We
together.
rally round, yeah. We're all troopers, yeah.
Yeah. You said that there was sheer fear on your face when you were playing that ukulele.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Because I was thinking of the chords.
Yeah.
Because it was a different, it was a song I'd just been asked to do.
Yeah.
I used to do a different song.
Yeah.
Called Treading the Boards, which I wrote.
Right.
And I suppose I was a bit lazy. And I thought, I'll do one that I know. And the director of the show that I was in, he says, no, he said, Two-Ton Tessie O'Shea, she sang a song called I'm Two-Ton Tessie. Yeah. So he pushed me to do it. So I had to learn the chords and stuff. And when it came to the solo, you
thinking,
can see
I've got
the
it
fear
right.
on my face.
So you also, I mean, you play ukulele. Yeah. I mean, is that something you played for a long time? Because you play it so well.
It's all right.
Yeah?
I played it because when I first came in the business, I went on a show called Junior Showtime.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, with Jess Yates.
Yeah.
And there was around that era, around the studios, they had a lot of helpers, kind of old pros, who was helping the kids. Yeah. And one of them was a guy called Bert Gaunt from the Gaunt brothers.
Right.
And he said, you need a finish, kid. You need a finish.
How old were you when you were doing?
14.
Right.
And I said, what can I? He said, you can't just walk off.
Yeah.
Because you see, they were old school.
Yeah.
And they thought, song on, patter, song off. It had to be. That was the formula.
Yeah, right.
But now it's different.
Yes.
So he said, learn to play the ukulele. He says, because you can pick it up. It's you don't need a band.
Right.
Just pick your uke up, one or two little jokes, and walk off with it.
Yeah, and he's right as well.
You were right.
I love the ukulele.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started in showbiz?
When I started in show business, I suppose I was about 8.
Right.
Yeah.
And how come? How did you start?
Well, I started doing talent shows.
Yeah.
And I went to a show called On With The Show in Blackpool.
Yeah.
With Jack Story.
Yeah.
And I saw all these people enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And then at home, we had a shed.
Yeah.
A shed at the back of the garden. And I decked this shed out with tabs, curtains. And I had all my friends in it.
Yeah.
And they had to wear makeup and be like the pros.
Isn't that brilliant? What a lovely
Even
story.
the dog was in it. Yeah.
That's lovely. That's really.
That's what I
mean,
did
and you used to perform for your friends, did you? Or did you have like a theatre group with your friends?
It was nothing so spectacular.
No, and when I say theatre group, that's what the idea of it was.
I suppose it was, yeah. It was a troupe. I mean, I remember at the time, Val Doonican and such, and Dick Emery was on the Saturday night TV.
Yeah.
And the scenery was a bit quirky. In the 60s, they started to use like different kind of quirky scenery. Yeah. So I said, well, we'll do it. I said, I'll sit on that oil drum and I'll sing my song on that.
You see, you were thinking outside the box then. That was good. That
always,
before your time. Yeah. We're going to take a look at you now, doing a little bit of comedy. Here he is, Steve Barclay, with The Pensioner Gag.
Well, there's some sad things happening there. Come on, they're sadder than that. What about that poor senior citizen? And she was on the bus. And the bus conductor chucked her off. Because she was a penny short. And she fell off the bus and she fell right in the gutter. And her pension boot went right down this grid. So she fished it out and hobbled to the post office like that. Might have been like that, I'm not sure. And she went up to the fella behind the counter and she said, I've come to collect me pension. And the fella behind the counter, he looked at her and he says, I can't touch that pension book, he said. There's germs all over it. She said, don't be silly, germs couldn't live on that money.
Oh, very good. Now, that's really old school. Where did you get the suit?
The suit, there's a story behind the suit.
Go on.
That particular show was a music hall show.
Yeah.
And I had to learn about the music hall because I was too young.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of work about in nostalgia.
Yeah.
And at first I had a suit which was given to me by Dougie Chapman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dougie, we've had
And
Dougie on.
he gave me a suit, very
Yeah.
generous.
Yeah.
He gave me the suit with clothes.
Yeah.
He gave me this suit which was owned by Ken Platt,
Right.
who was an old-time comedian. And
Right.
I've still got the suit, and in the lining it says, Ken Platt, BBC, The Good Old Days.
Oh.
And they made it specially. But it wasn't bright enough, it wasn't loud enough.
Yeah.
Because it was television, you see,
Yeah.
what he was on. So there was a guy around at the time called Tommy Trafford,
Yes. Heard
and
of
he was
him.
pantomime dame,
Yeah.
right? And he became a great friend of mine. And Tommy passed away, and Dougie Chapman, he acquired the suit.
Yeah.
And so then I acquired the suit.
Lovely.
And the moment I went on stage in that suit,
Yeah.
it was like magic. They laughed straight away.
Yeah. That suit is so old-time musical.
It is.
With the hat
Yeah.
and the slightly short trousers and that beautiful check with the bright, yeah, it's absolutely great. It really was super. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break now, and then we'll be back to hear more about the great life of Steve Barclay.